7 bowel cancer warning signs that you can never ignore. Colon cancer is one of the most insidious diseases out there, and by the time symptoms appear, it may already be too late. But the good news is that if detected early, the chances of a cure are extremely high. Did you know that your body gives warning signs that many people simply ignore? Today, you're going to discover the 7 signs that may indicate a serious problem and should never be overlooked. Watch until the end because the last symptom is the most dangerous and least talked about. Like and share this video with your loved ones. Comment below if you or someone close to you has unfortunately had colon cancer. Warning: this video could literally save lives. Have you ever heard of people who discovered cancer too late? Many of them ignored the small signs their body was giving. And when they finally decided to investigate, it was already too late. Colon cancer is one of the most dangerous types, but also one of the quietest. It can grow inside you for years without any clear warning signs, until it's too late. But today, you'll learn to identify the 7 warning signs that something might be wrong. If you notice any of these symptoms, it is crucial to see a doctor as soon as possible. And stay with me until the end, because the last symptom is the trickiest and the most ignored of them all. Now, let's get straight to the first symptom that should never be ignored. 1 sign: blood in the stool, the hidden danger in your bathroom. Imagine this: you go to the bathroom as usual, but when you look into the toilet, you notice something strange. Red stains, blood mixed with your stool, or even on the toilet paper. The first thing many people think is that it could just be hemorrhoids or a small cut. But what if I told you this could be the first silent warning sign of colon cancer? Yes, blood in the stool is one of the most dangerous and underestimated symptoms. The biggest issue is that many people completely ignore it, thinking it's temporary. Colorectal cancer can cause internal bleeding that slowly starts to appear externally. If this bleeding happens in the upper part of the intestines, it might not appear as bright red blood but as dark, almost black stool, which is an even more concerning sign. You might be wondering, how do I differentiate between a simple bleeding episode and something truly serious? Well, if it's occasional, minor, and not accompanied by other symptoms, it might not be too alarming. But if it's frequent, heavy, or accompanied by weight loss, abdominal pain, and fatigue, see a doctor immediately. Another important detail: some people ignore the blood because it appears subtly, mixed with the stool. This could mean the bleeding is occurring deeper inside the intestines, which is a serious warning sign. If you've noticed this symptom, don't waste time. A simple stool test or a colonoscopy can detect if something is wrong. Prevention is always the best remedy, so if you notice anything unusual, schedule a consultation immediately. Now, let me know in the comments. Have you ever noticed something like this? Have you ever had bleeding when using the bathroom? If so, comment below, and don't forget to share this video with your loved ones. It could save lives. 2 sign: changes in bowel habits. Your body is warning you. Stop and think for a moment. How is your bowel movement? Have you noticed any strange changes? In the past few months, has your digestion always been regular, but now it's completely out of balance? If so, you need to pay close attention. Many people ignore persistent diarrhea or constipation, assuming it's just a reaction to diet or stress. But what most people don't know is that unexplained changes in bowel function can be a serious sign of colorectal cancer. Pay attention if your bowel movements were always normal, and suddenly, having occasional diarrhea or constipation doesn't mean you have cancer. The problem is when it becomes a persistent pattern. Colon cancer can completely disrupt the digestive system, causing drastic changes. Here's something crucial: the tumor can partially block stool passage, leading to severe constipation. However, in some cases, the tumor can also trigger excessive liquid release, causing continuous, unexplained diarrhea. And there's more. Many people notice that their stool becomes thinner, almost pencil-like. This happens because the tumor might be narrowing the passageway, leading to an abnormally shaped stoola, classic sign that many ignore. 3 sign: frequent abdominal pain, a suffering you can't ignore. Have you ever felt constant abdominal pain that comes and goes without an apparent reason? That discomfort that appears out of many people experience unexplained stomach pain but assume it's just indigestion, gas, or something temporary. And yes, in most cases, it might be something harmless. But what if it's not? Colon cancer can cause persistent, deep abdominal pain and the scariest part is that this pain can be misleading. It may start as mild cramps or pressure, but over time, it can intensify, becoming chronic and even debilitating. If you take a painkiller or something for gas and it barely helps, this could be a sign that something serious is happening. Many people report feeling like their stomach is bloated, even when they haven't eaten much. This bloating could be a sign of a blockage in the intestines, which can be extremely dangerous. If your abdominal pain is frequent, persistent, and unlike anything you've felt before, your body might be sending you a silent warning. This is just a portion of the translated document. Let me know if you want the full translation, or if you'd like to make any modifications for a specific audience or tone. such as a more professional or casual approach. 4th sign, unexplained weight loss, a warning sign you should never ignore. Imagine this: you're going about your daily routine, not dieting or changing your eating habits, and suddenly, you start losing weight for no reason. Your clothes feel looser, the scale shows lower numbers, but you haven't done anything to cause this. If this is happening to you or someone you know, be careful. Losing weight without an apparent reason can be one of the most serious signs of colon cancer. Why does this happen? Colon cancer can directly interfere with nutrient absorption, preventing your body from properly utilizing what you eat. Additionally, it can increase your metabolism, causing you to burn energy faster than normal even without making any effort. Now, pay close attention. If you have lost more than 5% of your body weight in just a few months without any explanation, this could be a serious warning sign. And we're not talking about healthy weight loss like when someone exercises and improves their diet. This is about rapid, unexpected weight loss with no clear cause. Another concerning detail: many people with colon cancer also report loss of appetite. Suddenly, they lose interest in eating, feel full quickly, or even develop a repulsion toward certain foods. This is an extremely common symptom in severe illnesses. And here's something even more alarming. Weight loss, combined with extreme fatigue, can be one of the biggest warning signs from your body. 5th sign, extreme fatigue and weakness, your body is being drained. Have you ever felt that inexplicable exhaustion, like your energy is being sucked away? Do you wake up in the morning already feeling tired, with no motivation for anything even after a full night's sleep? If this is happening to you, pay close attention. Extreme fatigue and constant weakness can be some of the most dangerous, silent signs of colon cancer. Why? Colon cancer can cause slow and continuous internal bleeding, and often, the blood is not visibly present in the stool. And here's the scariest part: anemia causes overwhelming fatigue. You feel too weak to handle simple daily tasks, experience frequent dizziness, headaches, and even shortness of breath. And the worst part, this fatigue doesn't go away with rest. No matter how much sleep you get, the exhaustion persists. Now, here's an even more serious warning. If this fatigue is accompanied by pale skin, difficulty concentrating, and a rapid heartbeat, this could indicate severe anemia linked to colorectal cancer. Many people ignore this symptom, assuming it's just due to a stressful routine or a lack of vitamins. But if the fatigue is constant, severe, and combined with other signs like weight loss, blood in the stool, and bowel changes, do not wait. If you've been feeling exhausted all the time without a clear reason, go to the doctor immediately and request a full blood test. This simple test can detect low iron and hemoglobin levels, one of the earliest signs that something might be wrong in your body. 6th sign, constant feeling that your bowel isn't fully emptying, a hidden danger. Imagine this: you go to the bathroom, do what you need to do, but as soon as you get up, you still feel like something is there, like your intestines haven't fully emptied. You feel a strange discomfort, a pressure, a persistent uneasiness that won't go away. It starts happening every time you go to the bathroom. If you've experienced this, be careful. This constant feeling of incomplete evacuation could be one of the silent signs of colon cancer. This happens because the tumor may be growing inside the intestine, partially blocking the passage of stool. As a result, you always feel like your intestines haven't been completely emptied, leaving behind a lingering discomfort. And here's something even more alarming. Many times, this symptom is accompanied by pelvic pain and abdominal cramps that may start off mild but worsen over time. But if this incomplete evacuation feeling persists for weeks and comes with other symptoms like blood in the stool, weight loss, and extreme fatigue, do not ignore it. Another important warning: if your stool is coming out thinner than usual, almost like a pencil shape, this could indicate that something is obstructing the intestinal passage. 7th sign, intestinal obstruction, when your bowels completely stop working. Imagine that suddenly, your intestines completely stop functioning. You experience excruciating abdominal pain, your belly swells abnormally, and you can't pass stool or even gas. If this has happened to you or someone close to you, pay close attention. Intestinal obstruction can be one of the most advanced and dangerous signs of colon cancer. This happens because the tumor might grow so much that it starts to block the passage of stool, preventing the body from functioning properly. The result: extreme pain, vomiting, nausea, and severe bloating. And here's something terrifying. Many people arrive at the hospital with this symptom, only to find out that the cause is an advanced stage tumor. Now, imagine this: you go days without being able to have a bowel movement, feel extreme pressure in your abdomen, start experiencing constant nausea, and, in some cases, you might even vomit stool. Yes, this can happen when the intestine is completely blocked. If this happens to you, don't wait even a minute. Seek immediate medical attention, as intestinal obstruction can be fatal if not treated quickly. Another terrifying fact: in many cases, this obstruction happens gradually. with episodes of severe constipation that worsen over time until a total blockage occurs. If you've noticed that your intestines are getting slower and slower, this might be a warning sign. Final warning: if you've noticed any of these symptoms, don't ignore them. Schedule a doctor's appointment and get tested as soon as possible. Prevention can save your life. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced something like this? Do you know someone who has suffered from these symptoms? Comment below, because your story might help others. And before we finish, I need your help. If this information was useful to you in any way, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This helps us continue bringing life-saving information. And one last thing, share this video with as many people as possible. Many people might be ignoring these symptoms without realizing the danger they're in. Let's spread this information and help more people prevent this silent and deadly disease. I'm Dr. Richard Bennett. Thank you for watching until the end. Take care of your health. See you in the next video.